Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 47 of the TEW 2020 New Japan Pro Wrestling Series here on the channel, as it is the Wrestle Grand Slam Tour. We have two big shows, as far as the one in the Tokyo Dome is the first one, and then we'll end out the tour in the Sapporo, which it should be the Sapporo Dome, as I think that's the biggest venue there. But nonetheless, though, it's I think we got a hell of a tour here. We got some big time matches. We got some matches as far as being announced for Wrestle Kingdom on this tour, so that's a lot of fun to see. And yeah, I think we have quite the tour. Already pre-booked too. Each Row 2 show, there's two Row 2 shows before each big show, so there should be 6 shows during this tour, and each of the Row 2 shows have 4 matches pre-booked already. So that's nice. It's going to make things a lot easier, a lot smoother of a episode here. As far as we have some dream teams happening as well during this tour, which is pretty fun. Like there's an AJ Styles Caristico team on one of the matches, which is that's pretty crazy. Yeah, obviously never thought that would happen, but we needed AJ to team with a junior guy, and Caristico's kind of the best one for that option, since he's really only a part of him and Cindy Ora, and Samurai Del Sol, and as far as the like Golden Dragons and then Caristico there. But yeah, that's as far as what we're wanting to do for this tour. Main thing is still having the fall off from the G1, some of these matches that we're going to be seeing, some title matches that, as far as guys beating the other guy during the G1. And yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun this tour, I think. And hopefully we have, shows that are just absolute bangers. It's the Wrestle Grand Slam in the Tokyo Dome show. Hell of a main event with Tetsuya Naito versus Kazuchika Okada. Obviously, those two no strangers to each other, but really specifically in this year, in 2022, they are 1-1-1. As far as Naito beat Okada at Wrestle Kingdom for the U.S. title to start off the year. Then Okada beat Naito, and then we had at the G1, the 30-minute time limit draw. So having a 1-1-1, Okada beating Naito to win the King of Pro Wrestling too. So that is that's huge as well. This is really Okada's presumably last stop going into the Wrestle Kingdom show. If he could beat Naito here, presumably, you would think that he's going to be the guy taking on Shotaro Ashino, since Ashino doesn't have to put up the briefcase anymore, at least as of yet. Then the co-main event, we have Dragon versus Dragon. Shingo Takagi, Bryan Danielson. Shingo beat Bryan during the G1. Of course, Bryan, now the new United States champion. Just feel like it makes sense to have that be the co-main. That should be a lot of fun. Then Pac and Kenta, Task Force Death colliding here. These two men met during the G1, and it was a draw. And they have awful chemistry, so that's always fun. So I'm sure that will go well. We're going to set that as a Steal the Show match to try to get that out of the way as swiftly as possible. Then Never Openweight 6-man tag team title matchup as Brody Lee with the tag champions, the Order of Destruction, Calvin Tankman and Will Hobbs, taking on AJ Styles and the Young Bucks. It's a fun little match. And then a junior tag team title matchup, Alex Shelley and Kaiji Tomato taking on Blastoff. Of course, those two teams met during the Super Junior Tag League, which Shelley and Tomato won, so that's why this match is happening. Then the undercard, we have House of Torture, Jay White, Miro, and Masashi Takeda taking on United Empire, Zack Sabre Jr., Great O'Connor, Katsuki Nomura. This is building into the Intercontinental title match that's happening at Wrestle Grand Slam in Sapporo, as Jay White's going to take on Zack Sabre Jr. Then we have Sonata and Bushi taking on Tomohiro Ishii and Rob Eagles, a bit of a Chaos LIJ matchup to kind of go with the Naito Okada match. Then a 6-man to open up the show. As you see there, Show is now going to be part of Dragon's Den. He's going to make his return, and as far as with a new look, the black hair, and a whole different type of attitude going into the match with Chaos, and they're going to, as far as he's going to debut, joining Dragon's Den during a, I want to say it's a 6-man, it might be a tag match though, of just Tamura and Garcia against Goto and Yo, but it might be something else though. I'm not really sure exactly as far as off the top of my head. We'll take a look at the Wrestle Grand Slam and Sapporo card once we run this Tokyo Dome show. Just it'd be, there's no really rush to look at the show right now. We'll just take it, as far as one big show at a time. And let's get on with the tour here for this first day. as we have a backstage incident. It's Yuji Nagata and the Great Okan as passing on psychology is Yuji Nagata to the Great Okan. Not bad at all. So yeah, it is Tamura and Garcia against Goto and Yo. I figured so. We have that and so much more here. So as far as the main event, probably this Chaos Lij matchup because it's Okada, Ishii, and I'm about to say Robbie Eagles taking on Tetsuya Naito, Sanada, and Bushi. And Sanada's going to be beating Robbie Eagles there. So that's going 20 minutes with Sanada beating Robbie Eagles. Then probably maybe another Rage in House of Torture because that's it's Brody and Brody King and Miro against United Rage. So yeah, that makes sense as far as Katsuki Nomura and the Great Okana's. Katsuki Nomura is going to be beating Brody King there. So this must be the co-main here. Yeah, that makes a little bit more sense. Steal the show match here as Blast Off and Liberty United. Takuya Nomura is going to be beating Juice Robinson. That's a big win for Takuya Nomura. We'll bump him up. Then Tamura and Garcia against Goto and Yo. As Daniel Garcia going to get the win thanks to the interference from the debuting show. And that's going to cause the finish for Daniel Garcia to beat Yo. And we're going to have that as a technical masterclass to start off the show. So as far as what else we can do on this card, yeah, I mean, a Coughlin-Connors matchup as far as against somebody like a Top Flight is not a bad option. They're still considered both unimportant. So maybe do Dante and then Hayato Junior Fujita since he's recognizable. As we'll have him get the win too over Coughlin. There we go. And really, as far as it's kind of crazy, some of these names that you're not gonna see on this tour, like Nakamura doesn't really have like a big time match. Tanahashi doesn't have a big time match after losing in the tag match against Jay White. And like Katsuya Shibata doesn't have a big time match. So there's a lot of guys that don't have like a big profile match right now for this tour. We're definitely in a lull period between obviously this and the tag league. So there's some guys that I know that are going to be on the tag league tour that I want to kind of save up to make sure they're healthy and ready to go for that show. Really those shows in particular, because obviously we want to make sure that we have the best that we can. But we might have Shibata team with Narita, at least on this tour show as like an undercard match. We might go with like Yano and Francesco. That kind of be funny. And then we'll have Shibata beat Yano. And that's the first day of the tour here. Not a bad show. Not a bad show at all. We're putting a lot of faith in Blast Off Liberty United, but other than that, should be a pretty good show. As we gotta make sure we run an actual venue. Yeah, we'll go to Chubu here. So looks like we're going to the Nagoya Congress Center here. We almost have the Niigata City Gymnasium. We're very close to running that. If we can get about 3,000 people, I'd start considering running that venue. So we're gonna go there. Let's run the show. It's 64 for the opener. Not bad at all. It's the debuting, as well, I guess, debuting the new look and joining Dragon's Den after turning his back on Yo and Rocky Romero, costing Yo and Goto here the win as Tamura and Daniel Garcia get the win. Garcia tapping out Yo. It's just kind of funny. It'd probably be like a roll-up finish, honestly, instead of like a submission win there. 63 for Hayato Junior Fujita and Dante Martin against Coughlin Connors. Not a bad little match. Kid for Hayato Junior Fujita over Alex Coughlin in 10 minutes. 9:45 to be exact. Not a bad undercard so far. Wow, it keeps on getting worse and worse, though, as Narita and Yano stinking up the joint. But Shibata almost gets outperformed by Akira Francesco. Jesus, Shibata with the cross armbar in 10 minutes. As, hopefully we turn the corner here eventually. There we go. As, good performances here from both teams. Both teams with excellent chemistry, so that's nice to see. As Brody King and Miro losing to the United Rage as Kitsuya Kitamura pinning Brody King with the lariat. But Brody's now in the 50s at least, so that's nice. But still got a long ways to go, but a decent little match though. And 75 for the co-main as Blast Off at Liberty United's Takuya Nomura getting the submission win over Juice Robinson in 12 minutes. Alex Shelley, Juice, and Fuminori Abe all in the 70s there. Jason Lee of the 67, and then it kind of trickles down to like Takuya Nomura and Kaji Tamada, the worst guy in the match, being a 58. That's not bad though. Not a bad little co-main. Main event probably will deliver though. It does. An 83 here as Chaos losing to LIJ as LIJ gets the win. So not pinning Eagles with the rounding body press. Yeah, Okada Naito 86 is 80s there. Sonata with 78, and then everybody else rounding up. The Ibushi, though, is the worst guy in the match. Wonder if he's finally starting to decline physically. No, just holding back a little morale is what caused him. But Naito's starting to decline, which is pretty on brand, actually, what's going on right now. So that's interesting. Yeah. Huh. Interesting. And A, though, that's not a bad show at all. So, wow, this was the worst thing on the card, though. We just kind of threw that out on the whim. I figured we, like, just, you know, as far as... Honestly, I thought this would be the worst thing on the card, even with Tamura being involved. But actually, it did really well. It was one of the best undercard matches that we had. Not bad at all. As on to day 2 we go. Alrighty, day 2. As this is the last tour show before the actual Wrestle Grand Slam of the Tokyo Dome show. So it's just crazy how quick this tour is. But Kojima's passing on microphone work to Eira Tamura. It's the backstage incident. So this is where the Styles Caristico match comes into play. Taking on Brody Lee and Black Taurus. Yeah, we got a lot of fun stuff, though. As far as Danielson and Tamura against Shingo and Sanada. Then Rocky and Yo against Sho and Garcia. And Jay White and Ishii. Mori taking on Zack Sabre Jr. and Jonathan Gresham. All tag matches and all really, really good. I would say this is probably the main. As Eira Tamura is going to be beating Sanada. That's a huge win for Tamura. Then probably White and Ishimori against Sabre Jr. and Jonathan Gresham. As Jay White's going to be beating Jonathan Gresham there. House of Torture getting the win over United Empire. Yeah, then this AJ Styles Caristico Black Taurus Brody Lee matchup. So we know Brody and Black Taurus are going to do well, but Caristico going to beat Black Taurus. Figured throw a Lucha guy in there to kind of combat with Black Taurus. And yeah, it was a fun-ass match. Very, very fun. And this is probably the technical masterclass matchup. As, yeah, Rocky and Yo against Sho and Garcia. Sho's going to beat Yo. So that should be fun. As far as for this first match. Maybe have Rocky lose, actually, now I'm thinking about it. I think that'd mean a little bit more. Alright. Rock's pissed. As, we'll try to keep him strong. Yeah. So we need to steal the show match, and then we'll have, like, probably a Young Lion matchup. So we'll go with Yano and Nakashima here as the Young Lions. As far as the established talent, that is a good question. Yeah, we might go Miro and Brody King here in this little bounce back match for them. Since they're already on the tour, you know, type of thing. Might as well use them, give Brody King a win. Don't hate it. Don't hate it. And, yeah, then the steal the show match. So we have so many tag matches. I think we're going to go with the 6-man. Just to change it up a little bit. As we'll go with Fredericks, Coughlin, Connors. Again, so I was thinking Yehai, Reed, and, yeah, and either Lockhart, or even we could go with, yeah, I mean, yeah, we could really go with just about anybody from the Foundation, honestly. Maybe not Shelton, maybe Shelton, though, that's not a bad idea. Yeah, we'll just, run this as a steal the show match. So we'll have Carl Fredericks beat Shelton Benjamin. We're trying to elevate Carl Fredericks as much as we can. It's crazy he's left New Japan. He's someone that absolutely got fucked over by the pandemic. forgot to make this all out and steal the show. Because, I mean, he was gonna... I don't even think they were gonna have him probably be on an excursion. If it was gonna be an excursion, it was gonna be a short one. Then the pandemic hit. He couldn't leave the States and just was stuck at Strong for the better half of 2 years. And, he's someone I would love to see land in a big spot. I don't know as far as where that would be. Because, like, AEW's roster's ginormous. I don't think Hunter's gonna bring him in for WWE, so he's in a tough spot, unfortunately, there. But a nice win, though, over Shelton Benjamin, as we will be keeping him strong. Another guy we gotta keep strong. I really don't feel like pissing off Shelton Benjamin. Not a bad little show again. I mean, we're really putting a lot of faith in kind of like our undercard more than anything. Which is fine. I don't mind that. So, the Sendai Sun Plaza, we just kind of ran recently, so I won't run there. Oh, we can run the Amino Value Hall here, sell that out, no problem. Sure. So yeah, let's run the show. Day 2 here's a 55. It's Rocky and Yo losing to Sho and Garcia. Power breaker for Sho. We'll probably give him some other finishers, just to kind of change what he's doing as far as shifting out of the Roppongi 3K era show and do something else. But yeah, just not a great opener by any means, but it was decent for what we needed it to be. 64 though for Miro and Brody King against the Young Lions. Here's Brody King getting the win. It's the Game of Torture. Which again, Miro doing a lot of the heavy lifting in that match, which is fine by me. Fine by me. Oh my goodness. As a compound orbital fracture for Shelton Benjamin really affects this match. Not a great match at all. But, that finish definitely hurt us. Him getting injured. But, not a bad performance, though, from Fredericks, Connors, and Coughlin. House of Enochiism. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Shelton Benjamin was visibly upset after the botch move that caused the injury. So, thanks a lot, Carl Fredericks. 78, though, for AJ Styles and Caristico against Brody Lee and Black Taurus. Caristico outperforms AJ Styles. He gets the win with the springboard arm drag in 20 minutes. How fun. I bet AJ's probably declining, too, physically. Yeah. Yep. That makes sense. It's 80 for Jay White and Ishimori against Gresham and Zack Sabre Jr. as Jay White the Blade Runner over Jonathan Gresham. Not bad. Not bad at all. Not a bad tag match. Don't hate that at all. Surprised that it was considered decent since it was an 80 on a tour show. And another 80 here for our main event as Danielson and Tamura against Sonata and Shingo. I can't believe Bryan Danielson gets a 67 here. Shingo, best guy in the match. Shout out Shingo, but shout out Tamura, though. Getting the win, pinning Sonata in 20 minutes. Fuck yeah. Dragon's a big night for him. Getting a couple of big wins, and not a bad night at all at the office for them. Little building blocks there with Jay White and Zack Sabre Jr. and a lot of fun stuff there. Like it. Like that show a lot. As on to the Wrestle Grand Slam of the Tokyo Dome show. We got some big time fucking matches though, and Naito and Okada for sure. That's a hell of a main event. They got a 99 when we ran that during the King of Pro Wrestling. Or actually, I think it was the G1 match that got a 99, now I'm thinking about it. Nonetheless, though, should be a banger. And so before we get to that show, though, Jonathan Gresham, look at this fucking contract he has been offered by the WWE. $73,000 per month. Only working at television shows and events, so no house shows. 20% bonus, plus, some creative control and hiring veto. I don't know if we'll be able to match that, to be honest, because that's fucking crazy. Which is unfortunate, because obviously Gresham and Makabe, they won the Super Junior Tag League, and we won't be able to have the fallout of that until January 1st, as far as, January 4th, but the first week of January, but that is nuts. We're going to try to get as close to that without having to do creative control, but I had to show you guys this contract offered by WWE. I mean, that's crazy. It's just so funny. Vince would definitely never, ever offer this kind of contract to Gresham. So it's just very funny to see that. Alrighty, as the Wrestle Grand Slam of the Tokyo Dome show. Alrighty, so, yeah, New Japan World. Backstage incidents, a couple of them. A show. Sport for wrestler's court accused of not drinking the wrestle locker room for a night out. As the judge, Hiroshi Tanahashi, found him guilty of incidents by drinks after the show. Then Satoshi Kojima. And Day Out Tomorrow's microphone work, passing on tips, is Satoshi Kojima, Day Out Tomorrow. Alrighty. So, yeah, Shingo Doring, Hiromu Nobushi for the Continental titles, the main. It's fun. Kingston and Miros for the strong title. That's, yeah, when the Strong Style Riders became the Task Force Death Riders. They joined up with Task Force Death. Obviously, the main event, Okada and Naito and Kazuchika Okada gets another win here, and that is his third. I don't know why I was thinking we're already at fifth, but third most defenses, so that's the most since Kenta. And even then, that's the third most in the series with that. That's a great win for the 6-time champion. And then Shingo and Danielson, American Dragon. It's the last dragon, Shingo Takagi. I can't wait, man. Yeah, that's a fun-ass match. And Danielson's going to beat Shingo and retain his U.S. title. As we got a couple of angles, so we'll just go ahead and do that here. So the first one, we'll have, it's right after the U.S. title matchup. AJ Styles shows up. It issues the challenge. It talks about it with, Bryan Danielson. First time they met 20 years ago. And to have a huge match at the Tokyo Dome be a big, big feather in the cap for AJ Styles. And, yeah, I mean, this is huge. That's a huge-ass match for Wrestle Kingdom. And Bryan Danielson's going to accept. So that's Danielson's going to be his first ever Wrestle Kingdom match is going to be against AJ Styles, which, goddamn, yeah, that's a huge get for sure. And yeah, I mean this is huge. So Styles, his last win in at Wrestle Kingdom was of course against Naito at Wrestle Kingdom 9, and of course he had the Wrestle Kingdom 10 match with Nakamura, which he lost, but that match is fucking crazy, obviously, and I think follow that up with this match with Bryan Danielson. I think that challenge for Wrestle Kingdom. And then as Okada sends crowd home, out comes Hiromu Takahashi, the man who lost that heavyweight title to Kazuchika Okada. And he says, there's still one more Wrestle Grand Slam show. He hasn't gotten a rematch since he lost to Okada. And he's issuing his championship rematch clause for Wrestle Kingdom and Sapporo. So he's just saying, you thought this was the end? It's not the end. The end's with me when I beat you, and I'm going to take on Ishido at Wrestle Kingdom. So I just want to, as far as Okada and Hiromu, think their match was in the 90s. I mean, should definitely be in the 90s. I think it was like a 90... Where's that? 94. So yeah, and that was back at Wrestle Dynasty in the States. So to get that title match in Japan, I think that's going to be a lot of fun. And of course, they have the time of withdrawal too. So I want to say they are, as far as matches. Oh, I don't know why I have Naito on the brain. So Hiromu. So yeah, because Hiromu had the title match. So they're 1-1-1 as well. So that's cool. How we all come together here for the series matches here. Says the road to Wrestle Kingdom. We'll have that be a post-show thing more than anything. But yeah, that's just kind of the angles. At least I'm pretty sure that's all the angles I want to do on that show. Just I'm gonna double check. Pac and Kenta. Boy, sure, they have terrible chemistry, but they've had, good matches. Well, maybe not good matches. As far as the G1 match was pretty good, but that semifinals match fucking sucked. But Kenta gonna be beating Pac here, so that's 2 straight wins for Kenta over Pac. Tough break for Pac, but still I think a good little match. Probably shouldn't be doing this match, to be honest, since Kenta beat him during the semifinals, but what can you do? Then the Never Openweight 6-man, since that wasn't for the championship, since he wasn't the champion at the time, but the 6-man matchup, as far as the, where is, okay, it's right here, perfect, Dark Order, taking on AJ Styles and the Young Bucks as the Bucks, and AJ getting the win as AJ is going to be Tankman. So that's their second defense. Yep, that's the most since Dark Order, and even in United Empire. They got a chance to. It's crazy that the most is the Foundation with Benjamin Yehai and Power E. It's pretty. No, I don't think anyone would have assumed that. Going into that, as far as that goes, but Shelley and Tomato against Blast Off for the junior tag team titles. It's Abe and Jason Lee are going to retain there. So, of course, they still have to take on Jonathan Gresham, which so far, and Daniel Makabe, we are in line to take him, as far as WWE's not going to take him. Surprised we were able to do it. We upped the money to about $100,000 per month, which is pretty nuts. That's a big get for Mr. Jonathan Gresham, but also, I think we only had it be wage matching, or no, it wasn't wage matching. It was hiring veto. So and then he's gonna get like 20% bonus for each show, and he only has to work events and A shows. So, what a lucky get for him. Oh, the 4th time that this has happened. Yeah, I didn't really think about it like that, because, yeah, this has happened a good bit with Power Struggle and during the Junior Tag Team title matchup where they retained the first time. Yeah, I guess it has been relatively, back-to-back like that, but I didn't think 4 times would be crazy from July to November, but I guess it kind of is, especially with October and November, so that'd be, twice now. We shouldn't have done it at... just kind of is what it is. It's fine. It's fine. But Abe's going to get the win there over Kaji D'Amato. And House of Torture, United Empire, the 6-man, as Jay White and Zack Sabre Jr. not be involved in the finish, even though they have their title match at the Sapporo show, as the Great Okan going to be beating Masashi Takeda in 20 minutes. Then we have Sanada Mushi against Ishii and Eagles. Sanada's going to get a win here over Tomohiro Ishii in 20 minutes. And to kick off the show, Chaos vs. Dragon's Den, as Garcia is going to lose to Yo. Just a little bounce-back match for Yo. And really a nice win for Chaos as well, as see how we're doing as far as Yamasaki and Daichi Murahama's being used a little too much. So I'm assuming... Oh, as we'll have that be Tanahashi. Worked out well. Yeah, I'm assuming he's got... Oh, they both have this. So we'll have that be Nakamura, and then we'll have that be Red Shoes. Perfect. So the pre-show matches. We'll go with the singles if we can. As far as, like, Shibata versus... Oh, yeah. Volter's here now. As, we won't spoil who he's going to, but I think he's going to make a big splash. I'm open. His stats, his popularity is not great, which is kind of funny. It's great in like Europe and the British Isles, but as far as our 2 main places, the U.S. and Japan, it's not great. Not great at all. We kind of maybe should have probably passed up on Walter, but I just couldn't help it. He's Walter. It's awesome. And, yeah, maybe we'll have him have a pre-show match just to kind of see where he's at. I don't know, though, at the same time, because it's going to be considered on board. Well, it's a pre-show match. So not that bad of an idea. Yeah, we'll have Harada and him. So we'll see how he does performance-wise. Hell yeah. Yeah, we'll go with a tag for the other match. So we got a lot of, as far as good guys here that we could use. Oh yeah, Samurai Del Sol's back, so we might do him and, yeah. Maybe Top Flight or the Velocities even. Don't hate that, as having the Velocities. Getting the win. Since they are going to take the fall. Jude London. Alrighty. It is the pre-show. I think we're all squared away here. Let's, oh yeah. Make sure we're in the Tokyo Dome. Yeah, it's going to be a sellout. Which I figured so. Obviously, the National Stadium would probably be for the best here, but we just, don't think we'll have it, as far as 63,000. I don't think it's really worth it. Run the Tokyo Dome and be just fine. The 71 for this pre-show matchup. So what a match. Samurai Del Sol with a 70. 64 for Jude London. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Is Jude London getting the win over Senda de Ora? Yeah, they don't click, but at least Walter is doing pretty well. With the negative chemistry, and he's still got a 57. He's probably going to do it like mid-60s on the big show, so that's not bad at all. 63 for the opener here, as Yo tapping out Garcia. It's a nice win, though. It's Garcia, the second best guy in this match. Shout out that Goto, though, 39. God damn. Terrible. Terrible. Shout out Demar, though, best guy in the match. You love to see it. An 82 for the Sonata Bushi Ishii Eagles matches. Two teams that have excellent chemistry, delivering in a big way, especially Sonata, as he gets an 85. He pins Ishii with the rounding body press. Bushi, worst guy in the match. Shout out Robbie Eagles, though, with a 66. Not bad at all. 79 for the sixth man of House of Torture United Empire. It's Okada with the Cobra Clutch over Takeda in 20. Miniature Zack with a 93. 77s for Jay White and Miro, 68 for Okan, and then 63s for Takeda and Katsuya Nomura. Oh, yeah, the negative chemistry for having so many matches against each other. That's not good, especially for a junior heavyweight tag team title matchup. Only getting a 63 is not great. But Abe, though, gets the win with the Shining Wizard in 21 minutes over Kaji D'Amato. And 85 for the Never Boy six-man tag team title matchup. How about Brody Lee? With an 84, though. That's awesome. Sees AJ Styles and the Young Bucks making their second defense. Wrong team wins, but it was pretty close, though, at least. Not bad, though. Not a bad match at all, by any stretch of the imagination. A springboard 450 splash for AJ Styles over Calvin Tankman in 20 minutes. Yeah, and then this match, they both were off their games. Pac and Kenta don't click. What a shit show that was. But Kenta gets the win, though, with the go to sleep at 12 minutes. That's their third defense of the Never Boy title there for Kenta. Not a bad reign so far, just this match fucking sucks. Somehow got the crowd buzzing, though. Not sure exactly how that happens, but we'll take it in at 87 for our co-main event as Bryan Danielson beating Shingo Takagi with the cattle mutilation in 31 minutes. That's his first defense of the U.S. title. Both guys with 79s. Yeah, I'm not sure how this got an 87, but I'm very happy it did. Because, yeah, I don't know if it's because of the crowd. Yeah, very hot crowd. Give that a nice bonus. Danson's morale still a little low, which sucks, but yeah, we just got really lucked out there with the good referee, good good road agent, and having the hot crowd to put this up to the steal the show match. Good idea. Main event. As always, we have the challenge as well. Now the main event. 91, as Kazuchika Okada beats Tetsuya Naito in 39 minutes with the Rainmaker, his third defense, as he sends the crowd home. Out comes the Robo and issues the challenge. Says the road ends with him to Wrestle Kingdom. Sapporo. It's going to be him and Okada for the heavyweight title. Winner takes on Ashino at Wrestle Kingdom. How fun. And 88. Was hoping to be a little bit better of a show, but man, we just got unlucky with knowing that this was going to suck, but we still tried to do it. And just both guys were off their games, and then tag team title matchup, completely forgot that, they had wrestled relatively in close proximity of each other as far as a couple of times. Yeah, I mean, this Velocity's Golden Dragons match, that was not bad. It was better than the fucking Never Boy title match. Not bad at all. One of our kind of lesser shows, honestly, if you kind of look at the grand scheme of things, with only being an 88. Was hoping the main event would deliver, like at a 95 plus rating, but what can you do? Okada, delivered. That's all you can really ask for. He did a really good job. And let's see what else we got here. As far as maybe trying to put over Bryan Danielson to try to get him on the right track. And Brody Lee, actually, for his performance in that 6-man. Really good job there. So we'll take a look at the standings here. Or not the standings, oh my god. As we'll take a look at the scheduled card for the Wrestle Grand Slam in Sapporo. As far as we'll keep it, well, maybe not, since it's wanting to take a while loading. So we'll stop the recording and we'll be back to show off the Wrestle Grand Slam in Sapporo card. Alrighty, so the Wrestle Grand Slam in Sapporo show, Hiromu Takahashi versus Kazuchika Okada for the heavyweight title, Jay White versus Zack Sabre Jr. for the Intercontinental title. Then our match right before then, Brody Lee versus Pac. As after, as far as Brody Lee and Pac, both guys coming off of, as far as for both guys coming off a loss at the Tokyo show, but also had the G1 match that, or what they had, I forget now what match that was they had, because I don't think it was during the G1. Now I'm saying it out loud. Gotta look it up real quick. As I'm almost positive they had a match. As far as maybe they didn't. No, they didn't. Oh, that's in 2022. There we go. Wow, first time singles match. Never mind. As really the idea here is if Brody wins, kind of elevates him to maybe potentially have be the challenger for Kenta for the Never Openweight title at Wrestle Kingdom type of thing. If he can beat someone that Kenta's beat, it kind of helps raise him up as far as in the standings. And then junior heavyweight title matchup: John Silver versus Ray Fenix. Of course, Silver and Fenix. Silver getting a huge win over Ray Fenix during the as far as believe that was during. Now I gotta look this up. I'm pretty sure he beat him during the. Yeah, I was about to say he beat him during the Best Super Juniors back in May. So now that Ray Fenix is the champion, just feels like that's a obvious challenger. So that should be fun in that match. And then the IWGP Tag Team Title matchup, as Joe Doering and Kingston are going to team up for Task Force Death to take on the Order of Destruction. Since we're doing Brody Lee and Pac, just kind of makes sense to do this as well, as far as to keep with the Task Force Death Dark Order story. Then AJ Styles and Nick Jackson taking on Bryan Danielson and Yato Tamura. A little building to the Wrestle Kingdom match there. And then United Empire, Makabe Gresham and Lee Moriarty taking on Blast Off of Shun Skywalker and the Junior Tag Champs of Jason Lee and Fuminari Abe. So obviously, again, building towards Wrestle Kingdom in that match. And then the last man standing match to start off the show is Sho versus Yo, colliding at the Wrestle Grand Slam and Sapporo show. Just makes sense, having those two have a singles match against each other. With now the new look Dragon's Den show versus Yo. So hopefully everything goes well in that match. And on to now the Road to Wrestle Grand Slam and Sapporo tour shows. Alrighty, day 3 here as we got some backstage incidents again on passing microphone work is Sochi Kojima Day Out Tomorrow, and then Milan Collection AT passing on Psychology to Yasu Takayano. So the 4 matches we have pre-booked. So we have Brody Lee and John Silver against Pac and Ray Fenix, just makes sense. Danielson and Garcia against Styles and Connors. So I wanted it to be a little closer to Garcia and not have the Caristico match again, but I feel like that's a fun little team in Styles and Connors. And then Dark Order and Task Force Death, which I believe is a 6-man. Yep, it's Tankman, Hobbs, and Evil. It's Doran, Kingston, and Ashino. Ashino's going to beat Evil, so we'll add that match first. And probably Brody Lee and Silver against Task Force Death of Pac and Fenix, as Pac's going to beat John Silver. Kind of want that to be the main, honestly. So yeah, we'll bump that down. And Danielson and Garcia against Styles and Connors, as Garcia's going to beat Clark Connors. And that's going 20. And, yeah, we'll probably have this be the Technical Masterclass again here. A show beating Yo. Again, I don't like that. I think we're going to have Tamura beat Goto. There we go. Building to the last man standing match between the two. I kind of want to have a the singles match if we can. Maybe not. So we still need to do a Steal the Show match. But Hammerstone, Juice, and we'll go Shelly. Taking on, as far as a six-man team, just trying to think who we could use. I don't hate a Tomohiro Ishii, Yano, Eagles matchup. Don't hate it. This is the Steal the Show match. So I'll have Hammerstone beat Yano. I'm sure Yano's gonna love that. Hey, he didn't complain. Yeah. Let's see what we got as far as... I'll go with another six-man. Might go Flight Club. Top Flight with Hayato Tamura. Or against Hayato Junior Fujita, rather. Jesus. As go Golden Dragons Caristico. Now, that should have probably been the Steal the Show match, but that's alright. It's good stuff. Good stuff here, as we'll have Caristico get the win over Hayato Junior Fujita. Yeah, we'll just have it be like 12 minutes. Huh. Red Shoes giving too much, that's odd. They must have put them in everything. Yeah, I think it's going to be a better match than that Liberty United Chaos match. We'll see. We shall see, as they want us to run Kanto again. I'm not sure about that. Yeah, I don't think the Hiroshima Sun Plaza is it too. Obviously, the Sapporo domes where we're going to be running. But it looks like it's the Wakayama Fractional Gem. Alright, let's run the show. Goto and Yo losing to Tamura and Sho, as he had a Tamura and Sho. Not a bad teaming. Not a bad teaming at all. Tamura pinning Goto in 15:35. Not a bad little match. Yo, the second best guy in that match, that was pretty funny, is Liberty United, Chaos, six-man tag, Hammerstone hitting Yano with a Stonebreaker. Yeah, performed Yano. That's not a bad showing, though, for Liberty United. That's a fun little six-man team. Yeah, not bad at all. Got the color commentary gave that a boost. The match got the crowd buzzing. Or got the crowd buzzing, rather. Jesus says 61 for what probably should have been the Steal the Show match, as the Golden Dragons and Caristico getting the win over Flight Club, as Caristico pinning Hayato Junior Fujita with the La Mystica in 12 minutes. Not bad at all. 72 for Danielson and Garcia against Connors and Styles, as Garcia pinning Clark Connors in 20 minutes. We gotta add his moveset together and whatnot. 53, though, for Daniel Garcia. That's not bad at all. He's getting there. And if the Dragons did such a fun stable, because, like, Tamura's the muscle, I think, is really playing. Like, that's a great role for him. Garcia and Danielson, obviously, you know, as far as what we're seeing in real life, them colliding, you know, as far as Garcia kind of, you know, as far as wearing, like, the maroon trunks and all that, like, that's been so fun. But to kind of do the other way with, as far as having them team and kind of maybe having Garcia bust out the maroon trunks and kind of stuff like that, kind of being a little protege. I think that's a fun idea, and Show kind of adds a little dynamic to have, like, a Show Garcia team. Not terrible by any means, but not a great team, though, at the same time, though, unfortunately. So we got to get Garcia and Show together, as far as hopefully, maybe they don't have good chemistry, but should be okay. And just, I think that whole dynamic of Dragon's Den's been a lot of fun to see unfold. So far, it's been going really well. And 81, though, for the sixth man of Task Force Death and Dark Order, as Ashino submitting Evil with the reverse cross arm breaker. Is Ashino best guy in the match? Hobbs, though, the second best guy with a 77. Shout out Will Hobbs. Killing it. And a 75, wow. For our main event, as Silver and Brody losing to Phoenix and Pac, as the shooting star leg drop for Pac in 20 minutes. It's a big time finish. Yeah, should have went with my gut there. Should have went that six man. Oh, well. As I was thinking there was I was thinking there were 6 shows, but I think there's only 5, because I think it's 2 and 2 as far as tour shows and the main shows. Or no, that'd still be 6. I'm an idiot. Don't mind me, as on to the next tour show we go. Alrighty, our final tour show, day 4, backstage incidents. Riley Lee brought forward Russell's court, accused of moaning about stuff all the time, bumping around herself, being the Debbie Downer. I find that shocking. As the judge, Hiroshi Tanahashi, found them guilty and sentenced them to shut up or cheer up and to buy drinks right after the show. Not bad. Not bad at all. So there are 4 pre-show matches. We have a big-ass 10-man tag as the main event, as it is Dark Order of Brody Lee, Reynolds and Silver, Tankman and Hobbs, taking on Pac, Phoenix, Pentagon Jr., and Doring and Kingston. As John Silver is going to beat Pentagon Jr. to build up to the junior heavyweight matchup. I might actually, this probably should be the main, now I'm thinking about it, as the 6-man of Okada, Ishii, and Francesco against, as far as Hiromu, Naito, and Bushi. It just seems to make sense, as Hiromu's going to beat Ishii there, building up to the title match. Yeah, that probably makes a little bit more sense. And then United Empire versus Blast Off as an 8-man. It's a bit of a junior 8-man, but then you have Takuya Nomura in there as well. I think we'll have Alexander be in this match instead of Gavin McGavin, just to make this a little bit of a better matchup here. As Gavin McGavin's set to lose. He's not even in the fucking match anymore. We'll probably... Man, that's tough, because I really love everybody in this match. Really, I think we're going to have the United Empire team, but the winner is Alexander's going to beat Skywalker. It's a tough match, though. Tough match for sure. And then the Dragon's Den of AJ Styles and the Young Bucks taking on Bryan Danielson, Hey Altamore, and Daniel Garcia for the Neverweight 6-man tag team titles, as the Young Bucks are going to get the win for AJ Styles and the Young Bucks. As Matt Jackson's going to be beating Daniel Garcia in 20 minutes. A lot of stuff happening. A lot of big-time matches for sure. Neverweight 6-man. We got a 10-man tag, and we just got a lot of good stuff on here. We just need... Really, this should probably be a Steal the Show match, or maybe even a Technical Masterclass match. I think we'll have it be a Steal the Show match. Give him 11 minutes. Yeah. Then, we'll probably have, as a little change of pace here, with, we'll have the Young Lion tag match of Fujita and Oiwa, as they're going to take on the team of... Yeah, I was thinking maybe Takeda and Sugiura. Don't hate it. Gets House of Torture on the card. It gets Takeda a win. Not sure who needs it more, though. It's Takeda or Sugiura. Either way. Just a little 10-minute matchup. Then the Tactical Masterclass matchup. Yeah, we'll go with a tag. So we'll go Davey Boy Smith Jr. and El Desperado. Trying to think of what would be a good... As far as, we could use Kid Amora and Gavin McGavin. Yeah, we got Kojima, got Okan. We could use either one of those guys. Go Rocky and, trying to think what other Chaos guy we could use for it to, make sense. We might go with Harada, actually. Yeah, that's who's got the cracked tailbone. But, we'll have Harada beat Dave Boy Smith Jr. Help elevate him. And yeah, Suzuki-gun, once Suzuki retires, which is coming up, it'll probably be the end of Suzuki-gun, just because, we really have nothing else for those guys. Just, makes sense type of thing to part ways. Make sure we're somewhere as far as, yeah, we'll go Kyushu. If we can. We have the convention center, which will be a little bit more than what we bargained for. Oh, no, we could run. Yeah, we'll run the Sendai Sun Plaza. Perfect. Run the show. 55 at the opener, not great, but Rocky and David Boy Smith Jr. doing the heavy lifting, as Harada pinning David Boy Smith Jr. in 16 minutes. kick off the show. Now 50 for Sujiro and Takeda against Oiwa and Fujita. At least Oiwa's now in the 40s, but Takeda tapping out Fujita with an ankle lock. 73 for United Empire and Blast Off as Josh Alexander getting the one with the TKO over Shun Skywalker. Abe and Makabe in the 70s. Makabe best guy in the match. But Jason Lee and Takuya Nomura. A lot of good stuff here. Shun Skywalker, though, definitely deserved the loss. For sure. As Alexander, though, with a good win. Good performance from a lot of those guys. They've come a long way, a lot of them. As a 77 for the Neverweight 6-man tag team title matchup as their third defense. It's the Young Bucks with AJ Styles beating Danielson, Tamura, and Garcia. As, Garcia taking the moonsault. Makes sense he's the guy to take the fall there, but fun little 6-man. Then our co-main event should have been the main though, maybe, as an 82 here. Hell of a 10-man, as Silver pinning Pentagon Jr. with Enziguri. Shout out Antonio Inoki as Silver the 55. That's not great. Not great, but we'll see what he can do on the big stage though, for sure. Getting a big title match against Ray Phoenix like that, it's a huge opportunity for sure. Main event's 85, so yeah, right decision to have this go on last. As Hiromu pinning Ishii with a time bomb in 1940. So Okada and Hiromu. I think that's going to be better than Naito and Okada, but we'll see. Naito's definitely starting to slip. In a big way though, for sure, going into 2023, which is unfortunate. Unfortunate for sure, but the man's still selling T-shirts. He's still being one of our top guys for sure for at least another year. We'll see what happens in 2024. Right now, it's not looking too hot. He'll probably, by this time next year, in 2023, he'll probably be in the 50s. It's not a fun sign. That's the way she goes, though. Same thing with Ishii. I mean, Ishii, when we started this mod, he was in the 80s, and now he's in the 50s, 2 years down the line, so. Just sad. But that's the nature of the beast, unfortunately. So far, I'd say that we had a pretty fun tour. We have a lot of fun matches, a lot of big-time matches, especially for that man, Kazuchika Okada. As we'll see how he does against Hiromu Takahashi. Is Hiromu going to get that belt back? And is he going to be the guy to take on Shito Ashina, or will Okada retain the final time in 2022 and lead into Wrestle Kingdom as champion? We shall see. Alright, well, they got us in the Tokyo Dome. Have to change that. A couple of backstage incidents. As Nick Jackson's brought for Wrestler's Court, accused of making a mess backstage, not cleaning it up, annoying everyone else, as the judge Hiroshi Tanahashi found him guilty and sentenced to clean it up, and then buy drinks right after the show. It's Kojima. Is it going to be microphone again? It is. God damn it. Oh, yeah, this was an 80 last time. Wow, yeah, the Kenta Brody Lee match. It's not great. That's crazy. Hiromu and Evil was better than that, but, yeah, I mean, it should be it's going to be a sell on the Sapporo Dome, so that's a great sign. Main event, Hiromu Takahashi, Kazuchika Okada. How about that? Going 60, our first time limit draw, I think, as far as for the heavyweight title in this series. I want to say that is correct. I don't know why I hit match history, but I'm like 99% positive that's the first draw. Yeah, looks like it is. I think it was a good time to bust it out for Hiromu and Okada. Going 60, going the distance. Okada survives. That's just kind of the idea with this. It's Hiromu trying everything he can. He still can't put him away. Okada trying to do everything he can. He can't put away Hiromu. And just an interesting scenario there. Is it going to be a triple threat? The main event Wrestle Kingdom. Well, we'll have to see. Maybe it will just be Okada since he didn't lose, but he didn't win either. So I think that's just champion's discretion there. So Hiromu needs more than 60, it looks like. At least for this night, to beat Kazuchika Okada. A little unhappy. What a fucking prick. Man, you gotta be kidding me. September, July, and June. I guess it has been relatively, but man. I don't know. I don't know about all that, Chief. That sucks. That's tough. That is tough. Jay White and Zack Sabre Jr. still should be a good match. Zack's gonna beat Jay White there in 28 minutes. Man. But that's a hell of a main event, though. I'm still sticking by it. And Birdie Lee and Pac. It's Brody's going to beat Pac. Help elevate him. First time meeting, though. That's a fun match, though. Brody usually does well with guys smaller than him. And I think it's a fun little story there. David and Goliath, in a way. But yeah, it should be a fun match. Should be. Then Silver and Fenix, as John Silver will be losing to Ray Fenix. It's going to be a steal the show match. Should be a fun little junior heavyweight title match, though. Ray Fenix is probably going to deliver in a big way. Then the tag team title matchup, Order of Destruction versus Doring and Kingston. As a little miscommunication for the Task Force Death Team, causing the win for the Order of Destruction. And they retain their tag team titles due to the Order of Destruction going into the tag league. And there is some sparks flying between Kingston and Joe Doring as far as they have to get pulled apart. And Kingston visibly upset. And Kingston and Doring, we'll just say, come to blows. Because they have to get separated. We'll have it just be off of star quality, I guess. And yeah, we got Shota Umino involved. Pentagon Jr. involved. Yeah, and the Shino's involved. You just got a lot going on here. So laugh. They got Shino kind of getting in between them and trying to get them, as far as calm down. He's kind of trying to be the peacemaker for all these guys. He sees the vision, but it seems like everybody else in Task Force Death is kind of at a brewing point, at least, especially with Kingston and Doring. And it's just, big personalities colliding there. Then the Styles, Nick Jackson, Danielson, Tamura match. As AJ's going to beat Hikaru Tamura. 20 minutes. Tough break for the Dragon's Den, but good match, though, I think, as far as, I don't know, now I'm thinking about it, I think Danielson should probably win. Yeah, we'll do that. Well, Brian beat Nick Jackson. I think that makes a little bit more sense. Then United Empire versus Blast Off, the 6-man, as Makabe, Gresham, and Moriarty against Lee, Abe, and then Shun Skywalker. Skywalker going to get the win. He's going to beat Lee Moriarty, so he's going to get the win on the big stage. Then Sho, last man standing match. It's set as a technical masterclass match just because it's the opener. But Sho's going to win, as he's got the showstopper, is what it's going to be called now. It's basically the shock arrow, but it's from the middle rope. So, pretty sick, as far as the finish. Someone's definitely going to die from that, but that's definitely the showstopper. And I would love for him to be able to do that through a table, but I don't think he'd be able to, so I think just the finish is just that, the showstopper. Busted out for the first time, and it's going to be more than 10 for Yo to get up from that. I think it's just a fun finish, though, nonetheless. But just a couple minutes shy of it being right at 2:25. With that time limit draw, I'm assuming, as far as, Robert King's the ref of that. Huh. Wow. So, Marty saw me. I thought for sure it was like, well, he's probably reffing the, so we'll have Daichi Morihama. Kind of want Red Shoes to ref the main instead of Robert King. Just for continuity's sake. And still didn't. Yeah, now Daichi Morihama's given too much. We'll let Justin King ref that. There we go. I figured we'd get it situated. Pre-show stuff, as far as what we can do. Love to have Chris go back out there. Him and Samurai del Sol. Yeah, let's, I kind of want to see what Ashino and Umino can do, actually. Don't hate it. It's a little... Yeah, we probably should do a heavyweight and then junior guy matchup. Yeah, let's see, we got Miro. Shingo's not a bad option. So Shingo and Bushi. Don't hate it. No, that's now a little bit more one-sided the other way. Let's use Ibushi here. Ibushi hasn't really been doing a whole lot with him and Fujinami. Yeah. Oh, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe Shibata here. Yeah, let's go Shibata, Narita. I think that's... We're not changing it anymore. That's it. That's gonna be the match, as, we'll have Ashino beat Narita. Go with a 6-man. Yeah, let's go Takeda, Sugiura, and, we'll go Ishimori. So 2 heavyweights and a junior guy. Yeah, we'll go Okan, Kitamura, and then we could go with, as far as, can't use Moriarty, we'll probably go Gavin McGavin. To give the House of Torture team a win. Ishimori going to be beating... Actually, yeah, let's give it to Sugiura. Sugiura over Gavin McGavin. That's the card. Alrighty. The Wrestle Grand Slam in Sapporo show. Let's run it. The 70 for the first of 2 pre-show matches. Nice job from Ishimori. And even Great Okan, too. Good little rating. Toru Sugiura beating Gavin McGavin in 10:30. It's crazy. Gavin McGavin, 55. That's not bad at all for someone that does not even have, like, pop that's in the 20s in Japan. That's pretty nuts. Like, he did the same rating as Toru Sugiura. 75 for Shibata and Narita against Yumino and Ashino. As Ashino getting the one with the ankle lock over Narita in 10 minutes. Yeah, just, makes sense there. It's Ashino with an 87. Good stuff there. My God, did that suck. Completely forgot they don't have the pop for this. As, yeah, the showstopper. Getting the win for show in 1815. But my God, was that terrible. Whew, what a terrible way to start the show. It's a 75 of the 6-man of Blast Off United Empire. Skywalker pinning Moriarty with a drop kick. What a, again, we gotta fix his finishers. Unreal. It's an 86 for Styles and Nick Jackson against Bryan Danielson and Naoya Tamura. As Danielson getting the submission win with the bell lock over Nick Jackson, 20 minutes. Danielson, best guy in the match. Makes sense he gets the finish. AJ gets outperformed by Nick Jackson. That's a tough break for AJ Styles. An 80 for Doring and Kingston against Hobbs and Tankman. After the miscommunication, Doomsday plunge for Tankman over Kingston. And they come the blows. Get a bit of a separation, though, from Ashino. Just a nightmare situation if you're Shotaro Ashino. You should be focused on the Wrestle Kingdom main event. You got to deal with trying to be the glue for Task Force Death. And an 80 for Phoenix, as against John Silver's the Meteor for Ray Phoenix in 12:31. And is his second defense of the junior heavyweight title. The 92 for Brody Lee and Pac. It's Brody Lee getting a win with the Brody Bomb in 23 minutes. Hell of a match. Great performance from Pac. He needed that to bounce back after the Kenta and Pac match. It's a tough break. 93 for Zack Sabre Jr. and Jay White. It's their second defense of the Intercontinental title for Zack Sabre Jr. as he gets the one with the Zack Driver in 27:46. Hell of a match, though. Jay White with an 80. That's great to see. It's taken him a while to get to that point, but he's finally kind of where he's at in real life. Took a little while, but we finally got there in our main event. Still gets a 96, despite them having a recency as far as negative note. Oh, it didn't even... That's weird that they brought it up, but it didn't really affect it. Huh. So I guess it just was a normal little match. It was Okada and Hiromu. 60 minutes there. Okada does not lose the belt. But, for Hiromu, that's a hell of an opportunity missed, though. Fun match. And a fun show, I think. It was much better than our previous show, despite the horrendous opener of Show and Yo. 96, 93, 92, you love to see the title matches did, really well, and that the Brody Lee Pac match did really well as well, but some good stuff. Great stuff there. Yeah, but Zach, I think, really does deserve a lot of praise. Same thing for really Phoenix for what he did against Silver, doing a lot of the heavy lifting. And we put over Danson, we put over Brody last time, so maybe Pac. Maybe Hiromu, actually. I feel like Hiromu definitely deserved it. Well, that will do it for the Wrestle Grand Slam Tour. Thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time for the Tag League to end out the year 2022. Take care, everyone.